Well, welcome back, fishing freaks. I got old Winston out here in the tackle cave with me, and we're gonna talk a little business today. This is gonna be the fourth installment of this series, giving you background on what I have done in the outdoor industry and how I got my start and where we are today. So if you want to go check out those videos and lead you up to this one, you can go do that. Put the links in the description or in the annotations at the end of this video. And yesterday I went out with Lunkers TV and we crushed the bass. This is one of the few videos where I actually cut out fish because there's just so many fish caught. So if you want to get inspired to go out and just slam some bass in the new year, it'd be a good one to watch too. Now, where we left off last time was talking about where I was going into the sales and marketing side of the outdoor industry. I had been a college fishing guy into a fishing guide and professional angler, and then into being a camera guy and traveling around and doing all that, meeting Stephanie and getting engaged and doing all that fun life stuff, family stuff, and then going into a more stable job. There's really three factors that go into the outdoor industry. The triangle, if you will. At the head of the triangle, you've got the companies that make all this stuff, the great outdoor stuff that we enjoy. Those are the factories. Then you have the pros, the influencers out there in the market that are showing the products and basically educating people on the products and really telling people about them and showing them how they work, you know, in a more intimate level than the factories can. Then you have the sales and marketing teams. There are outside and inside sales marketing teams working together. So if you're a noob to the sales world, like I was, which I'll get into in a minute, inside sales is basically where the factory has their own sales teams and marketing teams within the company that are working to create sales. Now, when you're trying to sell to millions of people, that can be a very tough task. So there's also outside sales and marketing agencies or rep agencies that will represent these factories, and they have connections into a lot of different accounts, from big box stores down to like mom and pop ground level, and they're spread out all over the country. So they give you a wide net to get out there and sell your product. So those three things all come together to make this little outdoor industry world go around. And let me tell you, it's not very big. I've been around it long enough to see the same faces and people every year in this small little community, and I love it that way. It's really cool. But I'm just letting you guys know, if you're wanting to get into it, understand it's not a gigantic market like computers or something like that, digital anything. This is more of a tight-knit community. Everyone tends to kind of get to know each other in these small circles. So I'd done the whole pro thing, being an influencer, if you will, going and representing some companies, and I traveled around to a lot of the outdoor events, being a pro fisherman and a guide to help companies sell products and educate customers on products. But I did not have a sales and marketing background at all. If you watch the other videos, you know I studied fish. I really didn't make that clear exactly what I studied, but I got my degree in fisheries ecology. So it was wildlife and fisheries sciences, and then fisheries ecology was really what I focused on. I took a lot of classes about fish. It's a lot of science, it's a lot of math, and usually what you end up doing with that is being a biologist, working for the state, or working on your own, being a consultant for lakes, rivers, and ponds and things like that. There's not a whole lot of marketing and sales talk in that degree. It's a lot of big words, a lot of words that aren't even in the dictionary, a lot of math equations. It's not a good degree if you're trying to learn about sales. So the industry's small. I'm out there looking for the next thing that I'm going to be doing. How do I transition from being in this media side world and fishing world to going into something in sales and marketing. And I had this friend that he had just left this position to go be a rep at another position, and he said, "Hey man, I think you'd be good for this job if you want to apply." I was like, "Sure, why not? Let's check it out." I remember sitting in my interview and I'm just saying like, "Yes, I don't have any sales experience, but that's on the technical side. I actually do have sales and marketing experience, but it's not from working at a sales job. It's working in the angling world, marketing and selling products to fishermen, helping these companies sell the products. Not me actually selling them myself and writing the orders, but I'm doing it in a roundabout way." And now that I think about it, I've also got marketing experience because I've been trying to grow and sell my own brand and trying to help these other companies sell their brands and market their brands through going to these shows and being a guide and even starting a YouTube channel back when that was getting started. By the way, don't go watch my old videos. Really embarrassing. So now that I'm here thinking about it, yeah, I did have some marketing and sales experience. Just nothing on paper or anything smart looking like that. So it turns out this sales and marketing agency that I was interviewing with was actually heavy fishing based. So that was a major bonus for me because I'm all about them fish. So then I entered the world of sales and marketing and had to just start at the ground level. I went and I met with everyone and kind of got to know my new friends in the outdoor industry. The next week, they pretty much just handed me the reins and said, "Go get it, boy." So I'm running around the state of Texas selling fishing tackle and guns and all sorts of outdoor stuff, cold calling, knocking on doors. I don't know anybody. I am going to mom and pop stores all across the state trying to sell stuff, and I've never even sold a thing in my life. So let me break down how this whole sales and marketing thing works. If you guys are interested in going into that field, like I said, you've got inside and you got outside, and I'll talk about outside because that's what I've worked in for the last few years. So in outside sales, you have a territory. They'll assign you a territory and you have to go learn the people that are in that territory and the accounts that you're selling. And what they need from you is for you to provide the information, the education on the products for them to then bring into their stores and sell. Number one, you have to kind of get them up to date, educate them on the products that are coming to market before they even do the competition and everything like that, and really learn each little piece of technology that comes out or this and that, really just keeping them up to date. Then you have the actual sales side of it, which can get creative with marketing and things like that. Like you have to buy this many of this to earn this discount, or something like that. It can get very creative in the sales and marketing side with how you sell to a customer. Your main goal is to make sure they are happy with that brand and they are selling that brand. So trying to give them every tool in the toolbox that they can use to get that product at the door into their customers' hands. A lot of times that involves actually going to these stores, helping set up sales and events and marketing strategies to get customers coming into the store. You're educating the counter staff and employees in the store about the products to help them sell more. And then you have the whole world of social media that you can also help get these customers educated and get the dealers educated on how to promote themselves and just keep moving that product. Now, when I started out in this whole field, I had to travel a lot because I didn't know anyone and I just had to go meet everybody. So I literally just got in the car and drove around and shook hands and met everyone until I had, good connections with everybody. And then I didn't have to travel as much. When you're a rep, you got to travel to a lot of different places, not only within your territory, but you get to go to some pretty cool places outside of your territory, especially dealing with the factories. So one of the big brands that I got to work with was Shimano. They're a huge leader in the outdoor industry. And so I got to go to California, Oregon, Florida. I got to go on some pretty cool adventurous type trips to go learn about new products and see what was coming out, and just go on like fishing trips and get to know more sales and marketing people within the company. It was really cool. And it's not just them. Pretty much every brand like that will bring in reps and have these sales meetings and basically show you the ropes, and you get to know people, you know, that team building experience, if you will. But a lot of times that means hunting and fishing trips in the outdoor industry. And ultimately you get to see some cool places and do some pretty cool stuff. So where am I at with this whole sales and marketing thing today? A lot of you ask, what does LFG do for a living? Isn't he just a full-time YouTuber? I'm actually not a full-time YouTuber. I enjoy doing YouTube, and it is a bulk of how I make my living now. I also like working in the outdoor industry, and that's really what I set out to do ever since I was in high school and college fishing. That was always a goal of mine, and I enjoy working there. What I do now is contract work for different outdoor, for companies in the outdoor industry to do marketing for them in the form of digital media. I was fortunate enough to be able to work at a production studio, learn how to produce, and be able to take that on my own and take my my writing skills and my videography skills and producing skills, and just take that to market and be able to help these other outdoor companies produce content to help them sell product. It's fun. I enjoy doing it. I enjoy shooting and producing, and I always am trying to make myself better. There's always a new lens or a new tool or new technology that's coming out that can evolve the way you shoot and create even better content. So that is a constant fun challenge as well. And I have a huge passion for going fishing, obviously, and doing other outdoor activities and going and capturing all that. And then the funnest part is building that little package and bringing it to you guys and showing you the experience. And that's always going to be a fun and exciting challenge. I don't get to tournament fish like I used to, but being out on the water and trying to figure out the pattern the best I can and catch as many fish as I can and biggest fish as I can, to know that ultimately I'm going to bring it to you guys and it might be something really cool and awesome to watch. That is almost as good as being out there competing against the best pros in the world. That is a challenge. It gets my heart rate going, and I love it. So going into 2017, which we are here now, I'll be largely producing YouTube videos for you guys. So I guess you could say I'm like 70% YouTuber. And then the other part of what I'm doing is writing and shooting and producing for these other outdoor companies. So I'll be doing that in my off days and loving every minute of it. So I would say having the sales and marketing experience is very helpful in bringing all this together too, because I will tell you guys, no matter what you do, you're always going to be selling something ultimately. And for me, I've been trying to sell LakeForkGuy brand, you know, since I started a YouTube channel. That's really what you're trying to do, is build that brand and grow that. And along the way, I've helped a lot of other companies grow their brands as well. And it's fun. It's fun to do, guys. So no matter what you do, you're gonna be in some sort of sales and marketing type arena, unless you're just like going to work, you know, on a computer somewhere, and I don't know. But I feel like in the outdoor industry, you're always gonna need to have that little niche of sales and marketing in you. So it's important to learn. If I could go back to A&M, go to college, I would go and get some sort of sales degree. Get a minor in sales or something like that, because it helps so much. I had to learn everything just from coworkers and all that. I didn't even know the terminology in sales. It was like starting out from ground zero. So having that sales and marketing experience will help you so much ultimately if you're trying to go into the outdoor industry. I've talked largely about outside sales, but let's not forget the other opportunities that are in the outdoor industry. That's inside sales, working directly with the factories. There's management positions within those factories that have to be held. There's marketing opportunities within those factories. There is design and management, product management opportunities. I have friends that are in that, actually helping to design the products to bring to market. There's a lot of different things you can do besides just being a pro hunter or a pro fisherman. And while we're on this down and dirty, honest series of how this whole industry works, I will just tell you guys, sales is probably the best way to make a living in this industry. Sales comes with a lot of stress, and it can be, anxiety sometimes, but you could really make a lot of money in sales. And if you become good at it over time, you can just really make a great living for yourself. Now, the other thing that's great about sales, being a sales rep especially, is you're allowed to make your own schedule. There's certain events that you'll have to be at, but ultimately you're in charge of your territory and making your own schedule. So if you're wanting to fish, go fish a tournament series or something like that, you can take the time off to do it. And I know a lot of people that do. You just have to make sure your territory is functioning properly and prospering, and then you're good to go. Another common misconception is that when you're working in the outdoor field, you're just in the outdoors all the time. That is actually not the case. It's probably similar to being a game warden. You think you're a game warden, you're just gonna hunt and fish all the time. You're mostly working those weekends, when everyone else is out enjoying those times. So it's hard to go fish all the time or hunt all the time when you're really missing a lot of the prime time when people are going, because that's when you need to be selling and marketing all this new stuff that's coming out and driving sales. No matter what you do in the outdoor industry, you're usually going to end up working a lot of weekends, at least Saturdays, because there's a lot of shows and events that are held on these weekends, and you need to be there helping drive sales. But that also means when you just want to go fishing on a Tuesday or go sit in the deer blind on Thursday morning, you got the ability to go do that. And that's when nobody else is out there. So I wanted to give this background history of my job for you guys, because I know a lot of you have been curious about what I do for a living, but ultimately it's about helping you and providing advice for you guys. So if I didn't cover everything and you've got questions, feel free to leave them in the comments, and I'll try to get to every one of them I can. I want to help you because it's a small industry. I love to see young men and women that are striving to go do that. That's what they want to do. I'm so excited for this year. It's going to be awesome. I've got more time now. Now I'm really excited to be able to bring more creativity to the channel. If you like these style videos, these little story time videos, I guess we could call them, hit the like button. There's others that I'd like to experiment with and do. I definitely want to do one on Winston, maybe one on Stephanie. She's a pretty cool gal. So if you'd like to see more of those, go ahead and hit the like button on this video. That'll give me some indication. This video really completes the series of how I got to where I am today. I don't know what the next series will be. Let me know. Let me know what you want to see. I'm totally interested and totally open to doing more of these type videos if you're interested. So I don't even know where my next adventure is gonna be this week. All I know is I'm going fishing somewheres. So thank you guys for tuning in. Hope you're having a great new year so far, and we'll catch you on the next one.